video off and preface that how important it is to scale down. Make sure that you're going back in and you're scaling down. I think for the most part yesterday, when I was kind of going through and analyzing, I didn't even scale down that much. And I said it on the damn video that you need to scale down, that it's important to scale down because otherwise some of the stuff or some of the price action that's happening on the smaller time frames is just chatter. So I'm going to kind of update you guys on everything that's kind of transpired since yesterday. So we'll start with EU. With EU, I did kind of give the possible or the probability of it going up or down. What it's doing now is it's actually going down like I possibly thought it was going to head more toward. There's a little more direction on EU. I didn't do anything with EU, but let me tell you, I did do, and I'll show you guys, I did do something with AU, and I didn't even take the direction that I said to take. When I was kind of hanging out around my computer last night, just trying to see if there was a possible setup after a couple hours of the market starting and opening and kind of getting settled in yesterday, I went on and I was like, let me jump out onto the weekly real quick. And sure enough, jumping out onto the weekly, I was like, ugh, even still on the weekly. And I don't remember if it was the weekly that convinced me or the monthly that convinced me. It was the monthly. So on the monthly, I got convinced because at the time, I was like, this is a downswing. Like why would we go up when we're headed in a downswing? And I was like, why didn't I do this on the video yesterday or earlier? This was from yesterday. Why didn't I do this earlier? So what did I end up doing was I took a little bit more of a risk, which I don't recommend at all, ever. Don't take more risk than you should because you could potentially lose it. But after looking at the monthly, I was certain that we were going to be headed down. And I was like, okay. So I went ahead, I took a little more risk, and I actually was able to profit. And it was only, it was only $50. Let's see if it's going to show this. For some reason, this hasn't been updating. Is it there? I think it's there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, AU ended up taking, so I went on a 10 size lot. I was with AU and I ended up taking a profit of about 56 bucks. So I don't know why it's showing up like that, or why the not so latest one, because this one wasn't the latest one that I did. I don't know. This has been in kind of a funky order lately. I'll have to double check on that. But I was able to profit from AU, which I think was a great thing. That's why it's important to do your own analysis and see exactly what direction you want to go in. Don't always listen to people. And for preface, this is just up here to help you grow if I possibly can. But even with me, as you could see, that when I went to do my forecast yesterday, I didn't even get that part right because I didn't even scale out. And I said to do it. I can't even believe I said to do it in the video and still didn't do it. Anyway, so AU, if you went the other direction because of the monthly, your head is on straight and you did it right. So let's go to Great Britain pound and see what happened with Great Britain pound. That was AU was the only one that I took the position on. So let's see what Great Britain is looking like. So yeah, I think when I was looking at Great Britain, and I think also, what is this, US and Canada, I didn't take anything on either one of these because they were just looking a little bit too shaky in order for me to feel comfortable enough to take a position. And even on Great Britain, it looks like it looks like I did a little bit of both. Let's get in there a little bit deeper and see exactly what happened. No, I literally had it going up. and we had basically run out of momentum. If you look back at the monthly, we had run out. That was it. It was like, we're done here. But it's still a possibility that it could head back up, just saying, because of all this extra room that we got here. But as of, if you were taking like a short term trade, like kind of like a scalp, and scalps aren't held for very long. I want to say that that was more of, I put that trade on for AU last night at about, I put a sell stop on at about maybe 9 o'clock or so. Um, and then I woke up to the profit or what have you. But long story short, always scale out. Make sure that you scale out. If you're not scaling out, you're not seeing the bigger picture. Sometimes the smaller noise on those smaller time frames will get you jacked up. And that's exactly what happened, um, in regards to the way I marked up my chart, and then me deciding to go the other direction after kind of looking at the larger time frames. So my second guess on what the possibility of this could be is we could keep heading back up. It could reject. It could keep this level right here. I need to change this line. Let's do it now, actually. We'll change it now since we're on there. We'll just change it now. All my major levels, all my major bank levels, I always keep them dark so I know exactly where the major levels are. But it could hold at this major level because there is a little bit of congestion right here. So there is some a little bit of pullback here, and some consolidation possibly. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just see it shoot back up, and then maybe we'll see a little something here because of what's happened in the past. We might see a little bit of a pullback or some congestion here, as well as possibly up here and even possibly up here. Anywhere where wicks are kind of meeting each other, even if it's all the way over here, you're going to notice that there's going to be a trend, and it's going to kind of give you the same kind of price action in that same area. So you can expect to see a little bit of a pullback, or possibly be a little junky right here. Same thing with probably at the top. Once it gets there and moves to the next level. Same thing if it gets there and moves to the next level. And then we'll maybe see it kind of top out up here at 188. Not quite sure. But let's see. So let's jump over real quick to UCAD. UCAD, let's see what UCAD is looking like. Like, it looks bad. It doesn't look very good in my personal opinion. I'm seeing like it's trying to give some congestion here. Let's scale in a little bit just so I can see what I put for my notes. Okay. So even if that was a trend, that trend is over unless this candle finishes at a different space, which I can't see that happening in 21 minutes that's left. So it looks like that trend was over and it's headed back up. So we'll just have to wait to see. You really, I mean, if you were to take the trade right now, you really wouldn't have anywhere to put your stop loss, because this is a pretty strong candle unless you scale down to the 1 minute. Let's see. Well, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes that can be a little bit shaky. I usually try to do 2 red candles on my 4 hours. Sometimes I will take a one red candle, you know, if I'm gonna go in the other direction on the 1 hour. But because this is not very far from this, I'm talking about right over here, because you don't have very much further to go, it looks like you'd be probably risking more by putting this down here than you would be, you know, profiting. And you don't, 1-to-1 is usually not what I go for when it comes down to risk over reward. I'm usually a 2-to-1. But that's completely up to you and whatever decision that you decide to make. But in light of that, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that all of this was helpful, just basically letting you know or showing you exactly what I've done. I can definitely in the future, show you guys exactly what trade I've done, or even trade live if that's something that you're interested in. Just to show you that it's, you know, I win, I lose. I'm sure that we all do. But it's just, when you make those losses or have those losses, you just go back and make some adjustments, make some notes. So after I jump off of here, I'm going to make some notes basically to say how I was able to profit from yesterday's position that I took. So it's always good to do that so you know exactly what you did right, what you did wrong when you make your wrong trades or the trades that you lose, so that you don't have to repeat yourself. And I think even then, we're still not going to be perfect. It's always going to be some type of loss that's going to happen, but that's okay. That's how you learn. You can definitely make it so that your reward percentage is a lot higher than your risk, or your loss rather. Hopefully that this was helpful. I think that this was helpful for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great trading week, and we will see you guys later on in the week. Thanks.